they can hear you?
Yeah, we've been doing interviews all day.
Okay. You get to project your voice, right?
Yeah, sure. So how's Warped Tour going so far?
Warped Tour is going very well. It's the third time we've gotten to participate in the Warped Tour. We did a handful of shows in 2002. Actually, we were doing primarily the Ozfest that year, but we did get a handful, a little taste of Warped Tour dates, and then we loved it so much and that we got to do the entire tour in 2003. So the whole Warped Tour 2003, now to be asked back 7 years later, was a big surprise for us, but of course it was a no-brainer. It's amazing to be back here. 2010, this is the 16th Warped Tour ever, and it just seems to get better every year.
How's the Warped Tour different back then versus today?
I've been thinking a lot about that, of course, because for me and for some of the other bands like Face to Face, this is their first time back in 7 years. We played with them in 2003, and I'm wondering, like, is the same to them? Does it feel different to them? Does it feel different to me? It's hard to judge because you've changed so much as a person. Anybody would in 7 years. It's not like it's 1 year. It's not like it's 7 months. 7 years. That's almost like 2 high schools in a row. That's a lot of change.
High school and college.
It's like high school and college. So it's true. Since, I guess actually the age that I almost started doing Warped Tour could have been the age that you would start doing maybe a medical school. And so at this point I could have been a doctor, but instead I decided not to do that, and now I'm here. So I'm happy with these life choices. I noticed Warped Tour has gotten more professional, more efficient. It's graceful. I would say it's actually a graceful operation at this point.
So what's the perfect day like for you on Warped Tour? Does everything go just how you like? Does everything go like smooth? What has to happen?
I don't try to craft a perfect day in my mind. If you do it all the way like that, then you're predetermining the day to not allow for any surprise. Basically, I say I want to have a great day. I want to party hard. I want to enjoy myself before I die. That's enough structure for me. Everything else can be, I guess, on its own accord. I mean, I believe that you can influence the day to bring you what you want. But I like that surprise, I like that sense of chance, of possibility, of the unknown. So I want to let a little bit of that in here. And I gotta say, being on tour, on the road, around the country, you're gonna get a lot of excitement, unknowns, a lot of surprises.
Nice. So like we said before, you did do Warped Tour in 02 and 03. And let's say out of all your Warped Tour, what is like your best memory?
Just probably the porta potties, really. For me, normally I would get up and use what do you call it, a real bathroom or a toilet that's in the ground, that's not going to move. And the porta potty phenomenon, of course, like so many folks, at first it's very disturbing. It may be smelly, it may be uncomfortable, it can be very hot in there in the sun. It's like a sauna almost. You drip with sweat. But at some point in 2003, where I was using porta potties every day, all day, that's all we had, I shifted, and now I can't get enough of it. I'm thinking about getting a porta potty installed at my house with the same blue fluid in the base, the same no toilet paper. It's always just 1 or 2 shreds on the roll, and all of that to me creates a memorable experience.
That's great.
I do like them too.
So what's one thing that your fans may be surprised to know about you that you wouldn't expect?
Sometimes I say the word Brewster for no particular reason. Now, I've never said that before in an interview. I've never really mentioned that in passing at all. So, yeah, I would be surprised if someone was shocked or interested in that at all. But that is something I've never told anybody. Sometimes I just say Brewster. It's a great sounding word, great name.
Great. So it's no secret you're all about partying, of course. Now let's say you're having a party and you can invite any 5 people living or dead to come to your party.
Let's see here. I would probably choose my mom's mom, my grandmother on my mom's side. Her second husband, my mom's stepdad, my grandfather that I grew up with, but also my mom's original dad, who passed away when she was 13. I would like to meet him. He was responsible for creating my mom, who was responsible for creating me. So I'd like to say thank you at least. So those 3, I would like to. Who else? I'd bring on. There's a guy named Sebastian Horsley. Sebastian Horsley. His last name is spelled Horsely. Now this guy is from England. And he's an incredible writer, but he recently passed away just a few weeks ago, unfortunately. And I had the good fortune of meeting him, and getting to spend time with him at dinners, and he was a great dinner guest. So I'd like to have Sebastian Horsley. Horsley. That's 4 people. One more. Let's see. Living or dead?
Yeah.
They don't have to be dead. Okay. Would you like to come?
I'd love to come.
All right. Well,
Hey,
you can come. That would
sounds like a great party.
add something to the mix, I'm sure.
Yeah, awesome. So what's next after Warped Tour?
After the Warped Tour, I will begin recording the new Andrew WK rock and roll album. Now, as I may have mentioned, we had some issues over the last 5 years that we've now resolved, fortunately, and I don't think I did mention what they were, and there's no need to mention it again, but things have never been better. Now that 2010 is here, we resolved everything. The gods answered our prayers. And 2011 will see the new Andrew WK album. It'll see nationwide and world tours with my full band. It'll see more and new episodes of Destroy, Build, Destroy. That's the TV show I have on Cartoon Network where we blow stuff up and then rebuild it and then blow it up again. And just a general high level of partying. I mean, there's just gonna be a lot of celebration, a lot of partying, and a lot of memories.
Great.
Thank you very much. Wait, have some fun.
Thanks a lot.